Good morning. We are live. Let us begin. A deep breath. As always, every morning, we know what we do here. We know how we do. If you're brand new here, welcome. Every morning, we breathe. This daily spiritual practice and meditation is available to you every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time for 2022. Even during the weekends. Because we can connect with spirit at any time. We can remember who we are at any time. This daily spiritual practice keeps us rooted in the truth. Breathing deeply, find your cadence. Deep breathing. Release with an ah. Deep breath in through the nose. Release with an ah. Be sure you are belly breathing and not high chest breathing. Deep breath to the belly. Get that air down in there in the belly. Get it in there. Then press it all out with your belly muscles. Strong core. Diaphragm working. Improving digestion. Improving circulation. Breathe deeply. You're doing a lot, even though it would seem that you are still. Taking several deep breaths, drop your shoulders. Relax. Relax the feet. Relax the ankles. Breathing deeply, relax the shins. Relax the knees. Relax the thighs. Relax the groin. Relax the lower belly. Let the relaxation seep up. Relax the belly. A lot of tension is held in the belly. Relax the belly. Let the relaxation seep up. Relax the chest. As the relaxation seeps up, relax the shoulders. As the relaxation seeps up, relax the neck and jaw. Relax. It is safe to let go. As the relaxation seeps up, relax the brow. Relax. Relax the eyelids. Relax. Relax the scalp. Relax. Be very accustomed to a relaxed awareness. Let go of stuckness, stagnancy, nervous energy. Relax the arms. Just let them fall like heavy weights. Relax. Relax the palms. Now, in your mind, take yourself to a beautiful meadow. Your mind can take you anywhere instantaneously. Take your mind right now to a beautiful meadow. You see it stretched out before you. Look up at the beautiful blue sky. The sun is a little warm, not hot. So comfy. You feel amazing. And now, off in the distance in this meadow, you see a bright light approaching you. It feels like love. It's warm. It's welcoming. It's beautiful. It's intriguing. It's engaging. And you wonder what it is. And as it moves closer to you, you move closer to it. And as you move closer in this beautiful meadow, you become aware this is an angel sent to connect you with your inner child. And as you move closer to the splendor of this angel, you notice that your own splendor becomes brighter by resonance. That the glory this angel is clothed in is the very same glory you are clothed in, resplendent, filled with light. Coming close to the angel, you look at the angel and see its ravishing beauty and glory. And it looks at you and smiles. And it conveys a message to you that it has been here forever. And it is your helper angel, and it comes on cue whenever you like. And the angel reaches out its hand and beckons you to take its hand. And you reach out your hand and take the angel by the hand and begin walking. And it's leading you to a beautiful park at the edge of the meadow. And as you walk toward this park, you see flowers. It's glorious. You feel elevated. You're happy, indescribably happy. You're full of bliss. And you walk through an archway made of flowers, and you land in the garden. And there is a bench. And the angel walks you over to the bench and says, "Would you like to have a seat?" And you sit down in this glorious space. And as you do, you notice that the angel brings forth someone you had not seen. It is your inner child. It is you, little. And upon first glance at your inner child, note carefully what you see. What is the current condition of your inner child? Do they look happy? Are they safe? Is your child you pleased with its current situation? Is it pleased? Is it safe? And you look at your inner child and you see your own innocence as you came in. You see deep within the eyes of your inner child your innocence that never went anywhere. It's still completely intact. You scoop up your inner child and sit them on your lap and kiss and hug your inner child and ask them where they've been. And you communicate to them that the love you have for them is unfathomable. The love you have for this little being that is you, your innocence intact as the inner child, source as your holiness, as your inner child, completely intact. Innocence, holiness. And ask your child what they want now. What do you want? And listen carefully. And breathe. Breathe. And here with your inner child on your lap. And the angel, who is your helper angel, standing on side, guarding, watching, keeping you both safe, happy, loved, and in the glory of Source. Look deep into your inner child's eyes. Put your forehead to its forehead, nose to nose, and make a solid pact, a solemn vow that you will always love, cherish, care for the inner child. You are its parent now. Convey your love, your appreciation, your care. Your bliss. See your inner child all lit up with the glory you and the angel have. See your inner child light up, light up, light up, light up like a star. And now, the inner child, happy, blissful, fulfilled. Now, you both look at the angel, and the angel nods its head and asks if you're ready. Ready for what? Ready to become one with the inner child, one with your inherent holiness, one with your innocence, forever disintegrating guilt and shame, remembrance, full remembrance of your divine holiness, sacred innocence that has always been intact, always will be, and is right now. And you and your inner child both gaze at the angel in wonder, and both of you nod, yes, you are ready for the oneness. And the angel comes closer, closer, and reaches out its hands and simply lifts your inner child and places it inside your heart. You feel an innocence and a holiness sweep over your being. Inner child safely tucked inside your heart, happy, blissful, shining with the initial radiance from when it was created. Nothing missing. Perfection, bliss, holiness, sacredness, clean and pure, happy, and safe. Your inner child, safe, living in your heart, safe. You are safe. Your inner child is safe. All is well. Breathe and experience this holiness, this innocence sweeping over your entire being. You knew you were holy and innocent. You're remembering. Deeds do not erase holiness. Holiness is inherent, always has been, always will be. You smile at the angel, and the angel entrusts you with the care of your inner child that it's been looking after all this time in your consciousness. Whether you paid attention to your inner child or not, heaven realms were still paying attention, taking care, feeding, playing with. And now that's your job. Here in the great vastness of your consciousness, anything can happen. Anything is possible. Here, angels live. Here, you can come to this beautiful meadow and park anytime you like. You can commune with this helper angel anytime you like. Inner child, completely happy within your being, knowing it's safe, loved, cared for, knowing you are its parent now. You smile at the angel and thank it. You appreciate this divine helper, of which there are myriads of divine helpers. And it smiles at you and asks you if you're ready to return to the world of the third dimension. You say yes, but first, and you reach out both your arms, it embraces you. Feel the power, divine power swirling about both of you, gifted, luminous in your own way. And then it conveys to you that it is always with you and always has been with you, and that you have mighty help and many helpers. And with that, the angel waves his arm, and you see behind it myriads of angels at your disposal. all kinds of angels for all kinds of purposes, able to do all kinds of tasks in all kinds of dimensions. And you give thanks for your holy helpers. And you know you came here with a posse, you didn't come alone. And you nod and you agree that you will be in commune with upper realms to understand, to grow, to ascend, to fulfill your pure divine potential and power, and to share the light, to let your light shine. Give thanks to the angel. And now it reaches out to you and closes your eyes. And when you open them, you will have returned to the third dimension. When you're ready, open your eyes. And breathe. And feel the love, the bliss, the beauty of this now moment. Feel it. Know you are it. Now, we prepare for A Course in Miracles, Lesson 24. I do not perceive my own best interests. Breathe. And as you return from the meditation, return your awareness, always leaving an aspect of your awareness in other dimensions, consciously, intentionally. Pat yourself so that you are here now. We'll go on screen share. Lesson 24. I do not perceive my own best interests. In no situation that arises do you realize the outcome that would make you happy. Now that is shocking because we think we know what's going to make us happy. It says in no situation that arises do you realize the outcome that would make you happy. Therefore, you have no guide to appropriate action. Wow, I don't perceive my best interest and I don't even know what's going to make me happy. So how do I know what to do? And no way of judging the result. I don't know if these results are really the results that make me happy or not. What you do is determine by your perception of the situation. Well, I think it looks like this, so I'm going to do this. And that perception is wrong. That's why we keep taking wrong action, because we're perceiving wrongly. It is inevitable then that you will not serve your own best interest. Wow, I'm not serving my own best interest because I'm acting from a perception. The perception is wrong. It's made up. Therefore, my action is not going to be right action, and my results are not going to be right results. Yet they are your only goal in any situation, which is correctly perceived. Otherwise, you will not recognize what they are. If you realized that you do not perceive your own best interests, you could be taught what they are. Wow, if I empty myself, so humbling, so humbling, so humbling. Help me humility. Help me humility to be willing to not know. If you realize that you do not perceive your own best interest. Well, let me just play along with this game. And let me just say, even if I think I do, let me just say, I don't perceive my own best interest. Let me just have a little touch of willingness that heaven's going to run with if I offer it. You could be taught what they are. If I really realized that I cannot perceive my own best interests, then I can be taught what are my best interests, and I do want to know that. But in the presence of your conviction that you do know what they are, you cannot learn if you're still invested. No, 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 I know what to do, and I know where to go. And if you are not willing to understand or to know that the perceptions are faulty, as we've already seen in the very beginning lessons of the course, where the course took us step by step in a very methodical fashion, looking at the world. I don't know what it means. Looking at my thoughts, looking at the world again. I've given everything I see all the meaning that it has. Looking at my thoughts again. Looking at the world. Wow, God did not create a meaningless world. Looking at my thoughts. Wow. I'm angry because I see something that's not there. It's the past. Looking at the world again, looking at my thoughts. You see, we've been methodically doing that for 3 weeks, 24 days. And 23 times 3 or 4 or 5 means that you have already done 100 exercises. Isn't that beautiful? You've done over 100 exercises, beloved. That is incredible. Over 100 exercises already in mind training. See, you're deep in your mind training. Remember, an untrained mind can accomplish nothing. This is what the course shares with us. So we have to empty what we think it is, empty what we think we know, empty our conviction that maybe I know. That way I can learn. The idea for today is a step toward opening your mind so that learning can begin. I've got to open my mind so that learning can begin. I've got to tell yourself, I've got to open my mind so that learning can begin. The exercises for today require much more honesty than you are accustomed to using. Ooh, this is where it gets scathing, like, ooh, honesty, a lot more than we're accustomed to using. Because we don't really like honesty. Really, humans don't really like honesty because it requires so much of you, and it's so doggone hard to look at yourself honestly and tell yourself the honest truth. A few subjects honestly and carefully considered in each of the 5 practice periods which should be undertaken today will be more helpful than a more cursory examination of a large number. So what the course is saying is that if you use a few subjects today and you consider each one carefully, not scrutiny, just consider them carefully, that would be more helpful and more beneficial than going through a cursory surface examination of a large number of issues or subjects. 2 minutes I suggested for each of the mind searching periods which the exercises involve. So what do we have so far? So far, we're going to do 5 practice periods today. Each practice period will be 2 minutes. We'll do one together in a moment. And that it is going to be mind searching. So sometimes the course asks us to look at our world, and sometimes the course asks us to mind search. The practice periods should begin with repeating today's idea. I do not perceive my own best interest. Say it to yourself. I do not perceive my own best interests. A third time. I do not perceive my own best interests. The practice period should begin with repeating today's idea, followed by searching the mind with closed eyes for unresolved situations about which you are currently concerned. Open loops. Where are the open loops? What are the unresolved situations that currently concern you? The emphasis should be on uncovering the outcome you want. Well, what do I want to happen in this particular situation? You will quickly realize that you have a number of goals in mind as part of the desired outcome, and also that these goals are on different levels and often conflict. Well, I want an outcome, yet, with regard to this particular thing, I have a lot of goals, and some of the goals conflict. Here is an example. I want to make a whole lot more money in my business. Great. That would mean that you would have to change something from what you're doing right now. And I also want to spend a lot more time with my family. Maybe because I want to take these vacations all over the world. Maybe if you grow a business like my coach did to making over $100,000 a day, and actually he would even higher than that, and he was making over 100,000 a day. It was this huge monstrous business. It was a coaching business and a coaching and training business. And he said that when he got it to a certain level, it got so monstrous and so out of control that he had to scale it back. See, he walked out what the course is saying right now, that you have a goal in your mind. With regard to a particular situation, you may have a number of goals in mind as part of the desired outcome. More money, more money, more money, and more time with my family. And sometimes these goals conflict. Maybe when he built that ginormous business, he saw it was taking up so much of his life that he was not willing to give up. And he had a goal in his mind. He had several goals in his mind. The goals he had in his mind, we're talking about a super, uber duper successful person whom his coach makes something like 90 million a year, right? Well, and his coach makes 90 million a year without having an issues, between 90 and 96 million a year, without having the same issues that this coach had. They're different people. Well, this coach noticed that when he got his business to being so uber duper successful, he did it. And when it got to where it was, we're not saying every business that gets to this level will be like this. This was his experience as an example for what we're talking about. And when it got overblown, he wasn't having fun anymore. So the whole goals that he had in mind to make more money, to have more freedom, to enjoy his life more, be with his wife some more, go on these amazing trips. Do you see that these goals conflicted because he couldn't have all of them? This is what happens with a lot of things that we perceive. We perceive, well, I'm going to do this, and then this is how I'm going to get out of it, or this is how I'm going to create this, or this is how I'm going to do this. We're picking our action, we're choosing our action based on our perceptions. And what the course is saying, that's not a true barometer for determining right action, because perceptions are wrong. In applying the idea for today, name each situation that occurs to you. Anything that's open is unresolved. You want an outcome, but you don't know what the outcome is going to actually bring you. But you want some kind of outcome, right? You want a resolution. In applying the idea for today, name each situation that occurs to you. And then enumerate carefully as many goals as possible that you would like to be met in its resolution. The form of each application should be roughly as follows. In a situation involving my business, I would like blank to happen and blank to happen and blank to happen. I would like to have more money, going up to over $100,000 a day, or his experience was probably more like over $250,000 a day, okay? I would like let's keep going with this same example. In this situation involving my business, my business has been on my mind a lot. I'm an entrepreneur and I'm building something that's really going to be amazing for my clients and amazing for the world and amazing to solve people's problems and help people be, he is a coach that helps people build an incredible coaching and training practice. business. So he is really helping people to make a lot more money. So I want to help all my clients. I want to have all these clients. Maybe now our company has 100 clients. We want to go to 1,000 clients, and then we're going to help these clients. We're going to get our revenues, let's say grow our revenues to $250,000 a day. And then we're going to have so much freedom. You see, that's what I would like to happen. I would like blank to happen. I would like to grow my business to over $250,000. I would like blank to happen. I would like to have so much freedom. I would like blank to happen. I would like to spend so much more time with my wife. I would like blank to happen. I would love to help so many more people, and so on. Just do it. Try to cover as many different kinds of outcomes as may honestly occur to you in this one thing. I would like blank to happen. 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 Keep going. Keep going. Keep all the things that you want to happen with regard to this situation. Keep going. And even if some of them do not appear to be directly related to the situation, I would really like to hire a personal trainer. I would like to work out in the mornings. See, my whole life is going to change if I can just do this thing. You see, even it might not seem directly related to hire a personal trainer if you want to grow your business, but yet you still see that it's kind of connected. Add it. Add all the things you would like to see happen in this situation, or even be inherent in it at all. It might not be related at all. If these exercises are done properly, what's about to happen? Here's what's about to happen. You will quickly recognize that you are making a large number of demands of the situation which have nothing to do with it. Wow. Because I want my freedom to happen. Let's go back to the example. Yeah, I'm going to grow this business because I want to be free. Well, freedom has nothing to do with the business. I want to spend more time with my wife. Well, spending time with your wife doesn't have anything to do with the business. I want to travel more. Traveling doesn't have anything to do with the business. Wow. I'm naming all these outcomes and they don't even have anything to do with the thing. I mean, this is insanity, and we do this all the time. We even make lists of it. I have done this all the time. How many times have I gotten out my journal? I want to do this, and I want this, and I want this, and I want that, and I want that. Wow. You will also recognize that many of your goals are contradictory. This goal contradicts this one. Oh, wow. That you have no unified outcome in mind. Wow, I have no unified outcome in mind. Wow. I'm all over the place. I mean, if you're really honest with yourself, you'll start to see some things. Now, you may be a very organized person. You may be an extremely successful person. You may be a person that is just bomb.com. Yet, and there could still be some room for us to be better at this. All right, I need to plug in my Mac. It's telling me. Hold for a moment. Let's move for a minute. Let's get plugged in. I'm not powered up appropriately. Let me power up appropriately. Give me a moment. Move a little closer to the power. Hold on. Hold on, family. We must have power. Now let's move this over a little bit. That is not a nicety. That's a necessity. Hold on. Please forgive me that I didn't see that coming. One moment. We're just going to shift a little bit. And hopefully it will work perfectly over here. We're just going to shift around. Now let's see if this works perfectly. Hold on. This is real life, what you're getting right here. Like this is not like a fake set or anything like that. It's like this is real life. We make it up as we go. Hold on. I think we're good. Thank you for your patience on that one. Let's see how this works now. Let's see how this works. Okay. I had to flip around there for a second. Let's see how we are on camera. Is camera still good? I think we're good. Okay, we're good. We're good. Let's continue. If these exercises are done properly, we'll do this paragraph again. If these exercises are done properly, you will quickly recognize that you are making a large number of demands of the situation which have nothing to do with it. You will also recognize that many of your goals are contradictory, that you have no unified outcome in mind, and that you must experience disappointment in connection with some of your goals, however the situation turns out. Wow, I'm setting myself up for disappointment because no matter how this turns out, even if it turns out exactly the way I wanted to, some of these goals are contradictory. Therefore, some will be fulfilled and the others I'll be disappointed in. Well, I'm setting myself up for a disappointment. Wow. No matter how the situation turns out, that means I can't win. That means I am putting myself in a win-lose situation in all of my actions. I'm going to win these things. I'm going to lose these things. That means every time I set out to do something, I am setting myself up for disappointment. Wow. After covering the list of as many hoped for goals as possible, we're going to do this exercise right now. Come up on stage if you want us to examine one of your goals in this beautiful fashion, only if you're really ready to be really, really honest with yourself. If you're really ready, because we'll cover this with a few different people, because then we'll see the practical application of it. I do not perceive my own best interest in this situation, and go on to the next one. Okay, so let's begin. Let's go with Kristen. Kristen, how you loving?
I am loving well. I'm just sitting here laughing because I literally was going through this last night. I didn't even look ahead of what the lesson was for today. But I was going through this last night with my husband and fiance, whatever. But where I was telling him, like, I was just kind of grieving this sense of, like, I don't really know what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. Like, I thought I wanted to do this, and going through the course is really making me re-examine that. So I can just give an example. If that's what we're doing, right?
Yes.
Just give an example.
Yes.
Okay, because it's so funny. I was already going to ask this. I was like, last night, I was like, I'm going to ask in the morning. Okay, so I have a client who have done like websites, marketing, SEO, that type of stuff. And, it was like, okay, like, great, I'm going to build this business around, it's just a talent, a skill that I have. And I'm like, okay, that's great. Deep down, I already know I don't really desire to do that. But I'm just like, okay, let me just say it, I'm sorry. So, I already know, like, that's not what I really, really want to do. But I have a client who I just signed a contract to stay with in March. And I was thinking, like, oh, okay, well, this is going to be great because, they're a life coach or a spiritual teacher. I'm helping the world. Like yesterday, I'm trying to save the world through helping these particular, type of clients, and they'll be able to reach other people, woo, woo, woo. And now I'm finding myself, like, I don't really want that, and I want to travel. And then what I did want has manifested. I was like, okay, well, I just want steady, and that's something else too. It's not paying me a lot from that client. So I was able to land a job still using those same skill sets, but in a fashion that will allow me, in my opinion, a little bit more flexibility. And I can travel, still doing the same thing for like a mortgage company. And then the third thing is, while building that, I was thinking that, and I've always been called and felt really attached to real estate investing. That's a whole shebang or story. Just basically, there were there's a lot of property in my family generation or two ago that was lost. I feel like great grandmother, her spirit, I don't know. I just feel like connected to real estate investing and building that type of empire. But then that too, I'm like, is that really necessary in order to travel? So I'm just sitting here like, what the hell am I supposed to do? So I'm listening.
What would you say is, I heard a lot. It's all amazing, actually. It's all amazing. And thank you for sharing it with us, Kristen. And thank you for being willing to come and share this with us so that we could all do the exercise together and we can have the practical application of the exercise. So, what is your unresolved situation that you have that you're considering? Is it that you want to make more money, or is it what is your unresolved situation as the course asked us to look at?
Yeah. So the make more money part is happening through the job that allows the flexibility. So the unresolved issue is I don't know whether to drop this client or not. It's not resonating anymore. And I know I'm supposed to like not be attached to other people's feelings and and all of that. But that's like the angel and the demon, the devil on your shoulder, like my ego and higher self are like, I feel really torn about dropping this client, which the job actually asked me to do too as well. So I'll point that out. So that's the unresolved issue is I don't know if I should drop the client or what.
And the unresolved issue, or the unresolved situation, is the open loop is, I have this client, I don't really love doing the work, yet this client is doing some amazing work in the world. I would be supporting them, and my job that I just got is even asking me to drop this client, yet, and it's not really doing work that I really want to do, yet, should I keep this client or not keep this client?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what do you want to happen? If I keep this client in the situation involving, well, first of all, let's start the exercise correctly. And can you state, I do not perceive my own best interests?
Yes. Yeah, I do not see my own best interests. I actually had it on my phone, but I came in here to the computer.
I love it.
Yes.
I love
it. Now.
I love it. So we're going to say it again. I do not perceive, because this is a perception issue. Yes. And perception and seeing are not quite the same. So I do not perceive my own best interests. And you can say it for yourself.
I do not perceive my own best interest.
Excellent. So we're doing it textbook exactly as the course offers to us. We're doing the exercise. In the situation involving my client, what do you want to happen? I want this to happen. I want this to happen. I want this to happen.
In the situation involving my client, I would like to peacefully in the business relationship, but keep a personal relationship, and to keep a personal relationship ongoing. And I would like to, that's really all I desire.
And what else would you like to happen after that?
After dropping the client?
Mm-hmm. From this situation. Yeah. What else would you like to happen?
Then what I would like to happen would be to start focusing on my own interest of real estate investing, and have steady income from my new job.
Okay. And after dropping, in the situation involving dropping this client, what else would you like to have happen? Being really honest with yourself and going really deep. Yeah.
And then I would like to, in this lease, I mean, we already have signed that, but, and then I would like to follow through on the unction that I had for Spirit to move.
So when you say in the lease, do you mean in the lease at where you're currently living?
Yes, where I'm
Okay.
currently living.
Okay.
Mhm. Well, I'd like to follow through on that. And I'm pausing here because that's a tendency that I've had in the past. Is like I'll start something, stop something, start something, stop something, start something, start something.
Well, me
And
too. So this is good for us. Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
this has to be doing. But and then I would like to happen, or what I would like to happen is that my husband and I begin traveling, and we start vlogging about our experiences around the world. And I would then like, what else would I like to happen? I'd like to meet with soul excursions, Christian witches, like that in September for the 3-day excursion. And then I would like to get started on finishing school for psychology, and then I would like to go into naturopathic medicine and build a kind of like a, not health coaching, but almost with a vision I saw was like retreats in a way, but like incorporating different health things like yoga, and this is how you can grow your own food, and all of that type of stuff. So, and then I would like to, whatever my highest calling and purpose is, what I'm supposed to be doing, that's what I would like to happen.
Wow. Okay. Take a breath. And then I do not perceive my own best interests.
And I do not perceive my own best interest.
Okay, so let's look at that. Wow, that was a lot. I love it. I love it. So, here, what we can see, family, is that Kristen, I heard you say that in the situation involving whether to keep or to release this client, what you would like to happen is to release the business relationship and keep the personal friendship. What you would like to happen is to end your lease. What you would like to happen is to travel the world, travel with soul excursions and Christian witches. What you would like to happen is move on from where you currently are. So I guess in your lease and move on from where you currently are intertwined. What you would like to happen is to create some retreats. What you would like to happen is to go to finishing school and complete the psychology degree. Is that correct? The psychology degree?
Yes.
Okay. And what you would like to happen is to have some kind of holistic health, nutrition, wellness, wholeness work for people. Yes.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. So there are 7 things. Yes, family?
That's
Uh-huh.
a lot.
I love this exercise. I love this exercise. You know why? Because it's showing me, and I need this kind of exercise, Kristen, because I'm extremely creative like you, and I have extremely a lot of things that I want to do. And I love this exercise for that because I'm going to actually write out when I do my 5 exercises today. I'm actually going to write them out because I feel that I'm going to get great benefit from seeing it all on paper. And when I write things, I can go deeper. Now, the course doesn't say that you have to write it out. So maybe for you, I'm a writer and I get deep levels of discovery and revelation when I write. So I'm going to write out. And I'm sure everyone can come up with 7, 8, 9, 10 goals that we want in one resolution, right? We do know that we can't have all 7 of those things from one resolution. Yes?
Yes.
How do you feel in having the awareness? Wow, I want a lot from this situation. And some of the things that I want from this situation don't even involve the situation at all.
This is where I was last night, and just like a hot mess and crying, and just really grieving the fact that I know these things, all of these things aren't going to happen. And so, going back to our conversation yesterday about safety and security, it's like unsettling. Like even now, like it feels weird, and it's like I know that's my ego, and this is like the purging and cleansing of all the thoughts and attack thoughts and all of that. So I'm just kind of like, what do I I do now, but how do I feel? I feel uneasy, but I know it needs to be this way, if that makes sense.
That is beautiful, to feel uneasy, unsure, because it's an emptying. It's beautiful to feel uneasy, like I'm going into the void, like I don't really know what anything is for. Like maybe I need to scrap this whole plan of mine and be open to a higher plan. What say you?
And that's where I was last night. I'm like, am I going into a dark night of the soul? What the hell am I, like, what am I supposed to do? And then it's like, Spirit isn't showing me, right here, right now, this is the one thing you're supposed to do. And like, I don't know. It's like I keep going back and forth because it's like I know that all of the answers aren't going to be revealed. I know that's the whole point of being here on Earth. For me, the way I see it is just, it's a part of the experience, the becoming. It's not what I become per se. It's more of the becoming and like my soul purging and cleansing. So, but I'm like, we're still in this third dimension, and we still have like shit to do. So I can't just be sitting in meditation all day. Of like, okay, what am I supposed to do? So yeah, that's what I have to say.
Okay. Are you willing to sit with the uneasiness and the unknowingness and the possible ensuing of a dark night of the soul? Are you willing to simply be with it without making meaning around it?
Yes.
It sounded like a question.
Okay, so how do you do that? Just sit with something when it feels as if I need to make a decision kind of now. Because, like, going back to the client, like, some of the things that they're asking for, it's like a bit demanding, and I don't know. It just doesn't feel like I have the time to, okay, that's a lie. I just caught myself. Okay, shut up, ego. That's a lie. I do have time to just sit with it. I just feel like this pressure to make the decision now.
Okay.
So yeah, that's
Okay. Here, maybe this could be helpful. The ego says, oh my God. No, it doesn't say, oh my God, because it doesn't know anything about God. It says, no, 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 no. Don't just sit there. You have to do something. Anytime, family, you feel like you have to do something, like I have to do something, you most certainly do not have to do something. That is the time to meditate, because the ego says, don't just sit there, do something, do something. And it's trying to urge you to do something so that you will not be still and say, And the spirit says, don't just do something, sit there. And the ego says, don't just sit there, do something. Do, do, do. The ego is on doing. Do, 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 do. Me and my sisters, my ministry sisters, one of them has a saying. She says, are you doing? Doing. Doing. Stop. I'm going to give you a resource. Everyone, come with me to this resource. I'm going to give you a resource. Go to ValerieLove.com, click on books, and you're going to see a trilogy that I created because I had this issue. I have this issue when I'm not careful. I created a trilogy. Here is the trilogy. There's 3 books. This one, No Excuses Manifesto. 10 steps to ascend any crisis or dark night of the soul and attain mental toughness. This is for this 3-book series right here. Go together. Dark Night of the Soul is the second one. How to stop feeling like shit and develop mental toughness in life. Journal and workbook. These are workbooks. Okay? And know why you're stuck. How to stop being afraid, develop mental toughness, and become emotionally strong. This is going to help you be what's called a dragon rider. Now, in No Excuses Manifesto, it has 10 steps. I'm going to give you the first 3 steps. Step 1, be still. Pause, hold everything. Because when I was going, that was the problem. I was going. Pause. The world is not going to fall apart if I pause for 10 minutes or even 60 minutes this morning to have a meditation at 5 a.m. The world is not going to fall apart if I pause. Stop. Freeze. That's the first step, because you're not going to get any awareness. Keep going, keep doing something, and then do something else, and then do something else, and then, oh my God, it's not working, and then do something else, and then do something else. Pause. Be still. Then you got to breathe. Then you got to go within. We call it a PBG. Pause. It's a great tool if you use it. It's a great tool if you use it. It's a great tool if you use it. Pause. Breathe. Go within. You can do it in the supermarket. You can do it in the subway station. You can do it on an airplane. You can do it in your meditation chair. You can do it while you're frying eggs. Pause. You see, it's an inner pause. Pause. Or you can pause your body too at the same time. You don't have to. It's a pause. Pause in the thoughts. Pause in the ideas. Pause in the freight train. Pause. Breathe. Go within. Go to the heart. Go inward. Go inward. Go to higher self. That's what we're doing. We're shifting our trajectory from the outside to the inner teacher. It's just a little shift. So get those 3 books. They're only $11.11 each. They will help you tremendously. And if you have any of my books, please be kind, and please do leave a review. Reviews. We love reviews. We love it. Reviews. Okay, family, is that helpful? Do the PBG. Do a PBG. Pause, breathe, go within. The trilogy. Thank you, Dia, for putting it in the chat. Okay, pause, breathe, go within. And these workbooks, these are practical spirituality workbooks. These are not going to take you forever to work through. It's short, it's quippy, it's to the point. It's got writing lines in there. Read about it, write it out, work it. These are not big tomes that you have to read so many pages. These are workbooks that you're just going to work through, and you get 1 or 2 nuggets for the day, then move. Come back and get a couple of nuggets that night, then sleep on it. Right? These are not big tomes where you have to go through, like, Confessions is a huge 400, almost 400 page book. It's not like that. These are very workable, and they're big 8.5 by 11 workbooks. Get in there. So, Kristen, a PBG is helpful. Pause, breathe, go with it. And Kristen, this exercise, you just did it the first time. This exercise is really good, because what are you becoming aware of now? And you'll do it 4 more times today, 2 minutes each. What are you becoming aware of right now?
That I don't have to make a decision at this very moment. That I don't perceive my own best interest. So, and then the logical aspect of, like, okay, well, if I don't perceive my own best interest and I feel the need to rush, shouldn't I seek what is my own best interest by what you're saying, PBG?
I love that. Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner. These awarenesses are providing clarity, because we have a lot of things in our minds, family. And this exercise is going to get down to the bottom of, wow, if you got everything that was in your mind, you would be disappointed in some respects, and you would be happy in some respects. You would have, there's inherent disappointment in the things we're going for. Now, that's a shocker, that there is some inherent disappointment that's encoded in it when I'm going for it. That's a shocker, because I certainly didn't ever think that I would set myself up to be disappointed. I thought I was going for some wonderful, delicious goal. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do that, then I'm going to do that. Well, question all of that. Yes.
Yes.
I love it. I can't wait to meet you and your hubby in person. Oh, this is going to be so
I can't
delicious.
either.
Ah, it's going to be so delicious. So
Yes,
delicious.
thank you.
Hmm. Lake Princess, how you loving? Good morning.
Oh, it's gone. Okay, so I just wanted to mention I'm kind of on the same boat as Christian. I'm not self-employed or doing business just yet. I'm still juggling a few things in my life, like, the traditional millennial stuff, work, school, wanting the side hustle, and I feel like each one is taking up a huge chunk of my time. I don't even get time to do the thing on TikTok like I want to. Like, I've rehearsed, but when it comes to the finished product, I keep putting it off still to this day. And
Pause for a moment. Pause for a moment. Lake Princess, I want to hear a win from you. Tell me about a win that you've had recently. Let's just start first with a win.
Win.
Yeah.
I have to get back to you on
No,
that.
no, tell me one right now. Tell me something spectacular about you right now.
I am able to sing songs in languages that I do not comprehend. That's a win.
Oh, yeah, you can sing songs in other languages that maybe are not comprehensible to even yourself.
Yeah.
Wow. Give us an example.
So, all right, I can sing.
Yeah, sing something right now in a language that you don't comprehend.
All right, well, I do know some French. Let me not cheat.
Oh, no, it's all good. Go with it. Go for it.
This is my favorite song that my father introduced me to. I'm getting the lyrics right now.
Wait a minute. Is this a song that's in lyrics that are known? Comprehensible?
It's in French.
Oh, no. No. We need one that doesn't have any that's not comprehensible by even yourself. Like, you know how you did it at the retreat. It was amazing.
I did.
You know who used to do that too? Ella Fitzgerald. They called it scatting. Remember Ella Fitzgerald? Or no? You don't know Ella Fitzgerald?
I've heard Fitzgerald, but
okay, look her up. Look up Ella Fitzgerald and listen to some of her songs. She would be just going on and on and on. They called it scatting. That's what they used to call it back in the day. She'd be going on and on and on, and it was no comprehensible words. And Michael Jackson used to do the same thing. Shimon. What is Shimon? We don't know. We don't know, but we like it. Shimon. Yes, when the spirit hits you, you start saying all kinds of things. Hit us with something. Hit us with a song or two.
I don't know why I have stage fright all of a sudden when it comes to recording things.
Oh, no. It's all good. Just pretend it's you just in the mirror because it is only you. It depends. Yeah.
Every heart sunoni narudaro dareni umriyo sutaetara every heart kokoro mitasareru no daru nagai yoroni obieteta toi oshini inoteta meguru toki imonakade boku tachi wai osagashiteiru suyoku suyoku naretai kara kiyomo takai sorami agateiru. Thank you.
Woohoo! Everybody on stage, give it up for the incredible Lake Princess.
When it comes to pre-recordings, I get so cringe about it. But when it's alive, I'm on stage. I used to be at church. I used to sing no problem in front of people. Now it's like I get really nervous. I don't know if it's just the more I'm older, I get more critical I am, or like, because I don't know if it's like I'm more scared of judgment now than I was. I was not afraid of public speaking or anything as a kid, but now it's kind of like I'm in my head sometimes.
I gotta tell you something, Lane Princess. You have an incredible gift, as all of us do. You have incredible gifts, and your only job is to sing. That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yes, ma'am. I also went back to school because I thought I still owed student loans, but Biden, paid my loans off. So I don't owe anymore. But now I'm like, do I still stay in school and finish what I started, or do I like say fuck school and actually do what I want to do?
How about you sing? And let Spirit tell you. How about you sing and let Spirit tell you? Because here's the deal. When you're in your stream of love that you love doing, when I'm in my writing and my speaking, I see clearly. When I'm not in it, I don't. You see, your purpose and your gifting, they rescue you. And they are great discriminators because they discriminate between what you really ought to be doing and what has nothing to do with you, and are merely the things people told us to do. You see, our purpose, our gifting. Ella Fitzgerald had this incredible voice. Aretha Franklin had this incredible voice. She stood up and she sang at church. And they were like, oh my goodness. Can you sing over here? And then she went over there and she started singing. They were like, oh my goodness, can you sing over here? Then she went over there and she started singing. Like, that's all she had to do. All she had to do. Your purpose, destiny, what you're supposed to do is so simple. We got eons of trash in our minds, which we're clearing every day, that tell us you got to go to college, you got to get a degree, you got to go over here, you got to do this, you got to get branding, you got to get colors, you got to get this, you got to get that, you got to get that, you got to get that, you got to be on all the social media platforms, and while you're doing all that, you're not singing. What am I supposed to be doing? Writing, and what I'm doing right now, speaking, teaching. That's it. Maybe in between that, I can go and have some lovely food, have some lovely walks on the beach, all of that, and come to the writing. When I'm in the writing, literally, when I'm in the writing, my whole being is buzzing. My whole being. When I'm in this with you all right now, my whole being is buzzing. I could go back to sleep for the whole day as long as I do this and write. And guess what? Your life is going to take off. Your purpose, your destiny, what you are, your gifting, it calls you, speaks to you. What was Michael Jackson doing? He was just gifted to perform. He would just get up there and sing and dance. And oh my God. And he could write too. Those were his gifts. Write, sing, dance. Isn't that incredibly simple? It's so simple. It's so simple. Sing. Just start singing. We got to set up the TikTok. We got to set up this. We got to do this. We got to do that. All that, hey, it comes, and you can hire people for all that. Sing. How does that sound? Does that sound relieving? Like, how does that feel in your spirit?
It feels a bit terrifying in my spirit. I'm trying.
What would if it feel terrifying if you could picture yourself just singing without people, without this, without the other things? What's the part about it that's terrifying is the question.
I guess getting caught up or meeting the wrong, because I've tried meeting, I went through a few music collaborators.
No, this is not, that has nothing to do with it. What's wrong with just singing? Just singing.
Sometimes I'm very critical about it. Sometimes
okay, that's good. Well, so what's wrong with just singing? You can sing and be critical of it. I'm hugely critical of my writing. How about just singing? I'm hugely critical of my writing. Maybe my writing is horrible. I don't know if it's good or not. I'm all lit up when I do it, so I'm gonna do it. What's wrong with just singing?
I need to go to a more open
No, what if you just sang? Here's how it works. Here's how it works. Let's get a little deeper. Let's go a little deeper, family. When you are in your jam, your thing, your sweet spot. You heard Max Tucci and I speaking the other day about it being your zone. When you are in your zone, like Michael Jordan on the basketball court, that was his jam. He went to the baseball field and it was a bloodbath. Like, dude, what are you doing here? And we understand he had some issues. He had a lot going on. His father had passed tragically. It was a horrible situation. He needed to get away. He did what he needed to do. And we applaud everyone that's doing it. And he had to do it in the public eye, didn't have a minute for privacy. Everybody was on him all the time, which is already a challenge. And yet he went to the baseball field and he didn't last there. He wasn't being able to do no dunks. You can't fly through the air in baseball. You have to stay on the ground. It was probably a beautiful learning experience for him. That was not his jam. He went back to the basketball court, won some more rings and championships, 7 championships. Who does that? And was flying through the air and people were calling him baby Jesus. You see, there is a place where your genius, everybody has genius. What is genius? Genius is actually an entity. It's called your genii. The Romans called it an actual, I don't know if it was the Romans or the Greeks, somewhere in their Greco-Roman kind of thought process. They actually called it a spirit. It was your genius is genii. What does genii sound like? It sounds like a genie that comes out of a bottle. It does things for you when you honor it. This is also spoken of in the book. What's the name of the book that we were doing in the mystery school last year, Queen Hadassah and Queen? It's not Do the Work, it's the other one, The Art of War. No, The War of Art. Thank you. I'm going through my files in my brain. Okay, The War of Art, not The Art of War. The War of Art by the same one who created um, uh, the movie Stephen Pressfield, thank you so much, created The Legend of Bagger Vance, right? And so he wrote that book for us, Lake Princess, for all of us who are artists, who are writers, singers, dancers, name your art, poets, all of us who make art, which is all of us, my son, painter, all of us who make art, all of us are artists. A website, creating a website is art, right? Creating a home, interior design is art. Makeup is artistry. For all of us artists, he made a book for us. It's called The War of Art. And when you were in your art, there is a war going on inside your mind. And I hear the war, like Princess, because in that book, he tells us how your inner resistance is going to try to assail you as you're in your artistry. You're dancing, you're Beethoven, you're creating Beethoven's fifth, you're Mozart, you are Ella Fitzgerald, you are one of my favorite artists, Toni Morrison, who would get her pen and she would be like, what kind of dastardly web am I going to weave? And then she would weave big characters. And as you read it, she wrote it with a pen. She used to write her books longhand, and somebody else would type it. She would write a story that would have you crying in 1 second and then horrified and then oh my goodness. I think she wrote book after book after book like that. Like, oh my God, how do you do that? Toni Morrison. Pulitzer Prize winning artistry. Now, here's what Maya Angelou said about art. I'm going to tell you something shocking right now about art. and bringing your art to life and bringing your art into the world. Why do you think I'm the author of 20 something books? Because um, I want to just sell millions of books. Yes, that too. At the core of it, I can't not write. I can't stop writing. Eartha Kitt, look at her. I can't not write. I can't not do it. So whether people buy the books or not is really a cherry on top because I got from it what I was supposed to get from it while I was writing it. Then I released it into the world that I went to create something else. And I'm like, oh yeah, I should probably tell people that that book is there. It'll probably help a lot of lives. That's really how I am with it. I am not the best, even at promoting what I've created, because there was so much joy in the creation of it. Like I know I'm here to express that there's this creation coming forth, bubbling forth from everyone. Some expression, something that wants to jump out into the world, leap out into the world through you. Is it a song? Is it a dance? Is it a makeup artistry? Is it a fashion designer? Is it a, what is it? Right? Well, let me tell you something very fascinating about this whole art thing. Stephen Pressfield talked about it and whatnot. He said that this muse is helping you. They're helping you. So as you're in your writing, you're in your every day, just sing. As you're singing, as you're singing, as you're singing, it's not just you singing. Something else is happening on upper realms, upper levels of consciousness that is drawing you up. And especially for people like us that have very busy minds, because a writer, I have a very busy mind. Well, I just have a very busy mind, not necessarily because I'm a writer, just because. And I'm an air sign and I tend more toward the logic side of my brain. I like it. I like using the logical side of my brain. I like critical thinking skills. I like examining things. I'm a big thinker. I like all that. Yeah, there is such a thing as overthinking too. So when I'm writing, like right now I'm writing these books about the lost books of our Adam and Eve and why they never told you about this in church and all that, in the Christian witches. I'm just writing. I just love it. As you're doing that, the muse is lifting you. Then the muse is showing you where to put the work. Then the muse is taking you to the next step. You can't get the next step by thinking. That's how it works. You have to do it, be it, live it, embody it, sing, sing, sing. Yes, I'm a singer. I sing in incomprehensible languages. You what? Yeah, I sing in incomprehensible languages. And just start singing in incomprehensible languages. Well, that is amazing because that takes away all our judgment. Because some people might say, I don't like French songs. And some people might say, I don't like jazz. And some people may say, I only like rock and roll. And some people, it's not any of those things. So we can't even judge it. We just have to be with it. Because we like to judge things. We just put a label on something. Oh, that's turkey. No, I don't eat turkey. I eat chicken. That's just what humans do. That's the egoic mind. It's always parsing things. So sing. Keep it very simple for yourself. Sing. See, Spirit gave it very simple to me. Write, speak. Very simple. Because more than that, I would have went off in my mind doing all kinds of things. Can you understand? Can you grasp what I'm talking about, Lake Princess? And then we're going to go to our card for the day. And Lady Linhersad, Queen Vashti.
I'm beginning to grasp it.
Can you say, yes, I'll sing? Can you just do that? Can you say, yes, I'll sing?
I just need I want to practice so much more.
Girl, you don't need practice. You don't need nothing. Can you just sing? Like today, just sing. Keep it very simple for yourself. Don't think about it. Just sing.
On camera or to myself?
However Spirit has you do it in the moment.
Okay.
Can you do that? Just sing. Keep it very simple. One word, sing. Because your voice is the gift. You are the gift. Yes? Where you do it, like I could do this on Facebook, I could do it on YouTube, I could do it on Instagram, I could do it in person, I can do it in Dubai. I'm like green eggs and ham. Do you want it in a tree or on a bee? Green eggs and ham, or Sam I Am, or whatever the show. I can do this anywhere. The medium is not it. So we're not trying to be TikTok stars, or we're not trying to be a YouTuber, or you're not trying to be an Instagrammer. I don't think anybody was born to be an Instagrammer. You were born to do what you do, to be, do, have who you are. I'm a singer. Can't you sing on stage and sing on Instagram and sing on TikTok? Of course, you can sing anywhere because you can sing. Can I write on a blog and in a book and on a website? Of course, I can do that because I'm a writer. Can I speak on YouTube, in person, at a retreat, speak at a retreat as a guest, speak on stage here, speak on stage there? Of course, because I speak. I'm a speaker. So, all the questions, all the questions, like Princess, I pray to show you a way to rise above all the questions. And there, for me, is simplicity. Just go to sing, and everything else is going to be worked out. I promise you. How does that sound?
Very simple. I keep thinking of my outfits, but I'm going to just sing and worry about the outfit later.
I love it. And since you are going to be with us at our 222 event, everybody who is not registered yet for our 222 event, Journey's going to be there. Journey, I saw you. And everyone, I'm sending you out your delicious email today. I didn't send it over the weekend. I'm going to send it today to you for your accommodations and everything. You all that are going to be with us in Miami 222. We are actually going to do a full body manifestation. That means manifestation for movement. If you are in the mystery school in either initiation or ascension, you have special pricing on it, and you already have the link for that. And if you are coming to the whole retreat, the 5 days, which is going to go deep into crypto, these crypto markets, the money that we're making in crypto, the daily passive income we're making in crypto, how to free yourself with crypto, how to buy NFTs that could set you up to be a millionaire in very short order, how to turn 100, 500 bucks into 6 figures, 7 figures. Kid you not. Like, it's happening. It's happening. It's happening right now in crypto. Over the weekend, I just sent a message to Ascension to, hey family, look at this. Look at this. So if you're in Ascension, go into the Discord. You have access to the Discord. Go into the Discord and look at all the updates that I put in the Discord, because a lot is happening. Woo! We saw a vampire attack over the weekend. I mean, it is amazing to watch it. Like, you can literally watch money flow from one place to the other place by the billions. I'm like, oh my God, what are we looking at right now? Literally, if you don't know what a vampire attack is and you don't know what I'm talking about, if you're in Ascension, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not in Ascension, get in Ascension, ValerieLove.com. So anyway, when you come 222 to our event, our incredible Lake Princess and all of our peeps, you will have manifestation powers amped up like you would not believe. And it's in alignment with your purpose. And you leave with action steps. This is manifestation in alignment with why you are on the planet. Okay? All right. Queen Vashti, how you loving? Before we go to our card for the day. How you loving, Queen Vashti?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm loving. I've had an adventure this morning. You know, I love an adventure.
Oh, we love adventures. We love adventures.
Yeah.
Yes.
But all is well now, so I'm present. Was there a question on the table?
Oh, no, I was just wondering if there was something you wanted to share in this conversation before we go to our card for the day.
No, I'm just, I came in when you were speaking with Lake Princess about singing. So, yeah, I'm in total agreement. Just sing, girl, sing. Don't worry about the outfit. Just sing. I'm complete.
Amen. And you know what, Dia? I'm going to go to Queen Hadassah and Queen Vashti on this one. Queen Hadassah and Queen Vashti. Dia says, that's my all-time favorite book. The War of Art, Stephen Pressfield. You have to hear him read it in the audiobook to really feel the fullness of his words. What happened last year in the mystery school at 5 in the morning every Monday morning? What happened in mystery school?
Stephen Pressfield, yes. The Art of War, yes. It was a lot. Resistance will ever be imprinted on our brains.
Queen Hadassah, anything you want to share?
Well, I don't know what really makes me happy. So getting up at 5 p.m. Actually, for me, I would get up at 2 to be on this call to confront the things that I made up in my mind that were blocking me. And this man wrote all about it in this book. So we had to, some days I just couldn't smile. I was like, forget this. This is ridiculous. Why am I doing this to myself? I remember, Rev, when I was coaching with you, and I think I was bellyaching about something because I was always bellyaching about something. Like I had to do something. I'm like, I don't have any space. I don't know where to go. There's nothing to do. And then you're like, well, there are people imprisoned in a jail cell that are doing everything that you said you can't do. I'm like, really? These people are thinking, writing, doing whatever, because I was like caught up on physical space. I didn't have the physical space to create and do the things that I wanted to do. But, you get to drop all the BS after you go through, get in front of some content that can help you. And what I'm seeing with the Course in Miracle, we're on day 24, and some things are really coming up. My year one with the course was arguing, fighting, saying it's not so, I could do things differently. And that's what I did for a whole entire year, was to argue with the course and disagree with it most of the time. So I'd be upset when it pimp slapped me in the face. But really and truly, I don't know what really makes me happy. And wrapping my mind around that, really asked the question, well, what really does make me happy? And when I realized this lesson says that I really don't know. Because I'm sitting here thinking, me, Denise, what do I like? And this lesson is about the higher self. What is the higher self? What is the best interest for the higher and highest and best? And I was not perceiving that with my human mind. I thought that I needed this. Someone talked about degrees and whatnot. I mean, I have 4 of them. I thought I had to keep going. And, I wasn't perceiving my best interest. I made up a whole career, a whole fantasy that was not in my best interest. How do I know? I ended up with high blood pressure and all kinds of stuff working this job. And through that process of understanding what my best, by doing just as Rev says, taking the next step. I didn't need to know the whole picture. Take the next step. And out of that, so many things unfolded for me. I even unfolded a platform which I understand, if you look at my bio, I said I introduce people to the concept of workplace voodoo, which is transforming your plan into the God's plan for your life. So I can't do anything that Denise wants. I do nothing until I have the unction or Spirit speaks to me directly and says, do this, go here, go there, and do that. So a methodical planner, down to the last millisecond of everything that has to be done in a day, that had to go away. And I had to trust to do nothing and allow the one that knows the best interest for my life to take over and go there. And it is a process because most of us are control freaks. And I was a control freak of them all. And this was the hardest thing for me to do, was to let go and honestly let God lead this whatever this thing called my life is. So for everyone on stage and everyone who comes to our room every day, just understand that this is a process and it's a step-by-step process, and don't beat up yourself, and you don't need to have all the answers, and nothing, you're not going to combust into flames if you don't know what to do next. Just relax, and as Rev says, pause, breathe, and go within, because that is what's going to help you just not make any more ridiculous decisions for yourself like I did, and that made no sense, had nothing to do with what I really want and what made me happy. Just relax and breathe and let spirit do the work for you. So that's what I had to say. I'm really, really, really proud of myself, you all. I'm getting up every morning. I'm listening to you all. I'm listening to Rev. I'm feeling coached. I'm feeling wonderful. And this is actually a pleasant process for me. This year, last year, the year before that, probably not. So I'm really enjoying it. I hope you all can get to that point of enjoying your life in a different way, not in the way that is, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to have, 10 videos up, 4, this and that, 10 books out, I have to do 10 retreats. You have to do nothing. Nothing is a have to. Nothing. And just relax. So that's all I have to say right now. I am complete.
It's quite amazing that in this very complex world, how many things people told you need. You need to be on this social media platform. You need to be on that one. You need to be on that one. You need to be on that one. You need to get a LinkedIn. You need to get a YouTube. You need to get an Instagram. You need to get a Fiverr. You need to go here. You need to go there. You need to get this. You need to be on Facebook. You need to do lives. You need to do stories. You need to do this. You need to do that. When 20 years ago, none of it existed at all. And now it's consuming everyone's lives. It didn't exist 20 years ago. There was no Facebook 20 years ago. How did humanity survive without Facebook? How did we survive without Instagram? And you might be saying, well, Rev, you're on all of those. I absolutely am on all of them. And guess what? I wasn't. And I was still doing what I'm doing right now. I wasn't on any of them. Because when I started doing what I was doing, when I sold my financial planning practice in 2004 and stood up in 2005 to say, I'm going to be the writer, teacher, speaker I came here to be, I did that in a room, in a live event with a group of people, about 75, 80 people in the room. And I did my first public workshop. And there was no such thing as Facebook, nor Instagram, nor YouTube, nor any of it. All of that didn't come until years later. And we reached so many people, had retreats all over the place, had plenty live events, had events with hundreds of people in the room. Now, to even have people come into the room, you have to beg people to come into the room. Do you understand that all the magic happens in the room? And I'm talking about the physical room. I'm not talking about the Facebook room or the Clubhouse room or the Twitter spaces or the YouTube room. These are all beautiful. Do you see that they're beautiful connectors? Do you see that they are ladders to something greater? Do you see that there is nothing that can replace looking in your friend's eyes? There is nothing that can replace me hugging Dr. G. Lee. There is nothing that can replace me seeing Queen Hadassah in person. There's nothing that can replace that. I know it's real, but we really think these things are real and they're not. I just want to remind us. I want to remind us of what's real, family. Facebook ain't real. You can leave Facebook for a year. I did. You can leave Instagram for a year. Come back to it if you want to. You can leave YouTube. You can leave all of it. And your life will proceed just perfectly. The other day, I showed you Cal Newport. And Cal Newport wrote the book Deep Work. He has no social media. I think it's Cal Newport. It could be Cal Newport or the other gentleman that I'm thinking of that have no social media whatsoever. He's like, you don't need social media. As a matter of fact, it's poisoning your life. Right? So it's beautiful if you have it. Lovely. What I'm saying is you don't need it. And thinking that you need all these things When your purpose is calling to you, your purpose, I need no Facebook whatsoever to write my next book. And my next book is not even on Facebook. It's on Amazon or it's on my website. I don't, my books are not even on Instagram. You probably could get a link to my books on Instagram. My books are going to the readers that want to read them. My writing is not at all done on any social media platform. As a writer, you probably don't need any social media platform at all. We have been confused and we've been sucked into the quagmire. And what I'm saying, I'm offering to you is free yourself. Remember, there's nothing wrong with any of them. Use them all. Don't be used by them. Don't think you need them. Don't think you're supposed or you have to do it. Well, I'm setting up my new coaching practice. I have to be on Instagram. I have to be. You can go deep within yourself and ask yourself, am I supposed to be on Facebook? Nope. And go with that. You know, I didn't come on YouTube to be a YouTuber. I didn't. I told y'all my story of how I started on YouTube. I was tricked on YouTube by spirit. I didn't come on YouTube to be doing what I'm doing now. I came into YouTube 2008, September of 2008. I opened my YouTube account and it was, I don't know, probably 20 videos on YouTube. And in April of 2009, I uploaded my first video and it was horrible. Well, it was horrible. I won't say it's horrible. It was my first video. And I love it and I still have it on there. If you look for my first video that I ever uploaded to YouTube, it's still here and I love it. What I'm saying is horrible. It's like you can see the growth. And what I'm sharing with you is I'm not a YouTuber. I'm an author, speaker, teacher. I am not a YouTuber. I have a YouTube. I use YouTube. Do you think that if my YouTube wasn't here, do you think for 1 second I would not be doing what I'm doing? I would be doing it somewhere else. And the same people that need to connect to it would connect with it. Go above the third dimension. Go beyond. Blessings, Max. How you loving? Come on, Max. Talk to us. How you loving?
You know, I love the word intimacy, and I've used it in the essence of into me see, but you gotta be near me to see
me. Like I'm looking at your gorgeous photo because Max is gorgeous, yet it doesn't, it pales into comparison to looking at Max's eyes over some sushi.
And over some Rosetta.
Oh my goodness.
Testing aside. You know, before all of this, and I mentioned this the other day on my show, my phone used to ring. People would call, and I mentioned it here too. My phone would ring. There was the connection, you know, that connection with the phone. They say, we are connected through the phone. They would pick up and call, and just the voice alone. That's why I love this space here, because to be able to hear your voice is a beautiful thing. But usually with a phone call, the connection was, when can we see one another? When can we get together? And now we look at Facebook and Instagram and all of these platforms as substitutes for being inquisitive into others' lives instead of calling them and saying, let's break bread together. Let's sit at a table together. I'm writing a book now on hospitality. And the key to hospitality is the validation. I see you, I hear you, and you matter. And I feel like we need to this year more than ever. We've been 2 years, quote unquote, apart. And the hashtag apart together, we need to cancel. We need to be together again. I long for the days, Valerie, when you and I are sitting together in a space where I look at you, where I can hug you, where I can embrace you, where you can look at me, and where our energy and our frequency can rise because we're together. So with that said, yes, all these platforms are wonderful. They're all cute. They all have their purpose. But in reality, when we step back from them and ask ourselves the question like you asked, do I need to be here? And if I'm not here, will my message still be heard? And I promise you, if it is your purpose or your passion, your message will be heard by those that need to hear it, receive it, and love it. I love you, Val.
Love you, Max. And I'm going to be looking in your eyes in February, right? February or when are you going to come to the 222 event and grace us with a moment or two? I don't know if you're going to be in Miami or if you're going to be up at your gorgeous barn in New York. You don't know, or you do,
So,
or
what is the exact date again?
222, February 22nd.
So, February 2nd. 22nd or 2nd?
22nd, 222.
22nd. February 22nd, I will be in Colorado.
Oh, you'll be in Colorado. Oh, lovely,
I will
lovely,
be in
lovely,
Colorado.
lovely, lovely. Well,
So,
maybe we
but
will
I-
call you on WhatsApp or Zoom so people can see your
Yes,
gorgeous face.
yes. Count on me for that. Count on me for that. But one thing I just want, I think also that when there's plans that are made, they say when we plan, God laughs, right? But I think that to relieve everyone from the tension of having to commit to seeing someone or commit to being in time and space with someone, the commitment is a beautiful one. So my encouragement is to stay committed to reaching out to someone you haven't seen and have the courage to call them and to make a date with them and to be in their presence. The ultimate present is to be presence. And so I love the presence. I love right now. I love the space. But what I know for sure is that when you and I are together, literally everything rises up to me. And I've experienced it with you one-on-one. I want to share a quick message with you. I just received an email from our pal Gordana Bernat because I sent her your video where we were speaking about her and the book the other day. And she said, "Oh my God, I love you too. You are living your life, Max. Thank you for bringing me this amazing energy between you and Val. Healing, soothing, loving. Let's do a show together on Fearless Living. Sending my love to Val Gordana." So I want to share that with you.
Oh my goodness. How about we do one of these mornings together and have her and you chime in on YouTube? I would love it.
You know what? We will let it all unfold.
Yeah.
We will back channel one another and we
Yeah.
will make it happen.
Beautiful. Beautiful. We always love swirling together in the vortex. We love swirling together in the
That's so
vortex.
true.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
with the whole metaverse and all of this like virtualness, I can tell you I was not built for virtual reality. I was built for reality. My reality. The reality of enjoying people and having them to my table. My table is always set for those who are willing to come and sit at it. All are welcome at my table. And so, so I wanted to share that. And I just want to take this moment right now to honor you, to thank you for your commitment, so that no matter where you are in this time and space and traveling in here or there, that you always fill this time with your commitment. And I honor you for that. I thank you for that. And thank you for saying yes. I love you.
Oh, love you, Max. Love you, love you. And I am on the beautiful little island of Isla Mujeres off of Cancun in Quintana Roo, Mexico. And OMG is the most quaint. Literally, I roll out of my bed and I roll into the ocean. Literally. Like, I think if I make one wrong turn, I'll be floating in the ocean. The ocean is like right out my back window. Did you see it?
That could be one right turn, right? From the bed into the water. How beautiful.
It's so amazing. Well, at least there is a little patio there, with a little pool. It is incredible. It's incredible. And family, I gave you a little tour of this space on my YouTube channel on the Nomad Queen Show. And by the way, guess what's percolating, Max?
What is percolating in your cauldron?
Ooh, stirring around in the cauldron is the new revamp of the YouTube channel to the Spirit Network.
The Spirit Global Network.
Ooh, about Spirit Cosmic Network.
Cosmic and all that is network. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, we're revamping the YouTube channel.
So, when you created a network, what was it? What were the intentions behind it? And for those who are tuning in for the first time and don't know you, what is the purpose of it?
You mean what I have now or what's creating,
Yeah,
what's
what you have
coming?
now, the revamping of it, the intentions and the purpose. For those, people are jumping in rooms all the time now, right? And so we're jumping in, and we might not know who Val Love is. We might not know your network. So I love that when you introduce your network, just remind us the intentions and the purpose for it, for those who are tuning in so that they can love it and know more about it.
That's beautiful. Well, the YouTube channel that I have now is Valerie Love hyphen Kaisi, and Kaisi is my sacred name. And that channel, this channel is all about magic, money, and metaphysics. That's how it started many years ago. And that's what I love, 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 love teaching about magic and money and metaphysics. And now it's going to be revamped to the Spirit Network. And the Spirit Network is going to be a platform of which we can have all manner of spirituality conversations, all manner of spirituality, movies, shows, sort of like a Gaia network, but with a magical twist to it, kind of thing. And where I can have all my wonderful favorite beings. We can have all kinds of TV shows. Well, not TV shows, obviously, they wouldn't be on TV, even though you can watch this on TV. It's beyond TV. It is a visual representation of spirit, right? A representation. And so on Spirit Network, you're going to have all manner of spiritual conversations, movies, and shows that expand consciousness. That is the purpose, to ascend and expand consciousness. Did that answer the question?
Absolutely. I love the connection, and I love it, and I'm the wings of love with it, and I just pray and hope that all who needs to see it will be there to view it, to watch it, to listen to it, to be inspired, to be encouraged, and to know who you are, and to meet you, and to know that you're here for us, and I love you for that. Thank you.
Mm. Wow. Max, I'm living when I'm sharing and serving, like I'm really living. Can't you feel it when you're in your jam? Like, this is my jam. When you're in your jam, you can feel it. You're not even operating on the human level. It is the same as Michael Jordan sailing through the air, like that's his jam. You put a basketball in my hands, it would be a problem. Like Aretha Franklin standing in front of the people, like just putting it down. I mean, tears, right? Tears would be falling from people's eyes. That's her jam. You look at Toni Morrison and with her pen, all alone crafting that incredible story. Maya Angelou and Still I Rise. I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings. Phenomenal woman, phenomenally. Like, when you're on your jam, you're untouchable. You're untouchable. You need not concern yourself with haters, naysayers. Like Jeff Bezos said, if you don't want haters, don't do anything new or interesting. That's how you not have that's how you don't have haters. Don't do anything new or interesting. And when you look at all of that, we knew that these beings couldn't not do it. There was a holy compulsion. Michael Jackson couldn't not dance. He couldn't not sing, right? We can't not do what we're doing and call ourselves really living. Like really living, like on the edge, like feeling the surge of life pulsing. That's what happens when you're in your jam on your thing. Get on it, right? Get on it.
Now, what I love about you, I heard this a long time ago, and a pastor of mine long ago said, Max, you need to die empty. Die empty. Do everything you're supposed to. And what I know about you is that when it's time to bounce, you will have done all you were supposed to. And you will be able to die empty, leaving it all here for your legacy. And that's what I love about you, is that you take every single millisecond and you live. Thank you for living. Thank you.
Mm. Blessings to you, Max. I love you. I love you. And I pray, when you have something good, don't you want to share it with everybody? You know, you're like that, Max, when they, oh, I got to take you to this great place. Come over here. Come on, Kaisi. Come on. We're going over here. You know, Max is always sharing these great places with me. Just when you have something good, you have to share it. And to share spirit is the greatest gift of all. Like, I'm not special. Max is not special. Nobody's special. Gordana Biernaut is not special. There's no special people. Everyone's God. Step into it. Own it. Be it. Live it. Get off the sofa. Get off the sofa. Get out of your tiny or huge house once in a while. It's okay to go out and explore the world, isn't it? It's okay to do it. Live, you know, really live. Like, I don't even know what's going to happen next. I like that feeling. It's like aliveness. Like, what's going to happen today? I don't even know what I'm going to see today, what I'm going to do today. I am going to maybe rent one of those little golf carts and go around this island because I've always wanted to be on an island or in a place where they drive golf carts. I don't know why. You know how you have these little fun things in your mind? And you're like, ooh, I want to drive some golf carts. Like, I want to go to the store in a golf cart. I don't know why I had that in my mind. I had it in my mind. And now here, everyone goes around this whole island in golf carts. It's incredible. Rosa, how you loving? God bless.
Oh, girl, all this time my mic has been open. I hope I have not disturbed you. I apologize.
It's all good. It's all good.
I'm walking around my house and I've been thinking about this whole lesson. And you know, my life was rocking and rolling for a very long time. I was doing a lot of things and, you know, serving, doing live feeds, talking about concepts, ideas, sharing my thoughts, asking other people to share theirs, and introducing people to stuff. And all of a sudden, it stopped. In 2020, coming into 2020, on New Year's Eve, I broke my leg. I had to undergo 2 operations and 2 rehabs. And
You mean on the New Year's Eve of 2022?
Of 2020.
Oh, 2020. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha.
So from 2020 to 2021, I didn't do anything. I spent most of my time in the bed listening to meditations and people's shows, and but not really engaging in anything but my healing. You know, doing the Ho'oponopono and, you know, all of that, eating right, going to all kinds of freaking doctors telling me the same stupid crap and saying that ain't true. You know, and so now I am actually beginning to walk again. And in this whole concept of today's lesson, my question this year is, what next? I don't want to do the things that I want to do. I want to do the things that you, Spirit, want me to do. However, I know Spirit wants me to do whatever I want to do. He will manifest. You know, I learned a long time ago, we need to tell the universe what we desire. Not what we want, but what we desire. My desire this year is to travel to Africa and live for a year, 6 months to a year. That's my desire.
What part of Africa? What country?
Now, this is an issue. I have a friend in Nigeria who's been asking me to come for 3 years. I have a friend who moved to Africa and has got married and has apartments and retreats who offers me a place, and that's in Kenya. I have a friend who's in Ghana who's been asking me to come.
Where you starting? Where you starting?
I think I'm going to start in Kenya.
You're going to start in Kenya? Kenya is amazing. I love Kenya. Oh my God, Kenya is amazing.
My trip to Africa in 2000 actually concretely establish the fact that this is the place I need to live. I need to die in Africa. My spirit needs to transcend in Africa. And it does not really matter where in Africa.
Okay. So you're going to start in Kenya?
I'm going to start in Kenya, and then I'm going to go, and then I have Mozambique and
right next to Kenya is Tanzania. Right next to Kenya is Tanzania, where Kilimanjaro is. And Kilimanjaro, when I go over there, I'm going to climb Kilimanjaro as high as I can go. Kilimanjaro is not really one of these like hikes, like a mountain climbing thing. It's more like a hiking kind of thing. And they say on Kilimanjaro, some of the parts that are kind of the part that's a little, woo-hoo, of course, is the ascension part of it, sort of like what we get in Peru, oxygen and air thinning higher and higher elevations, and that's the kind of thing you get on Kilimanjaro, Mount Kilimanjaro. Yet Mount Kilimanjaro is climbable, and it's not like the kind of thing like you need a like hiking, like you gotta. I mean, you still need gear, but it's not like climbing Everest, is what I want to say.
Right.
Yeah. So you're gonna start in Kenya?
Yeah, I am, and I told my daughter that I was leaving.
When are you leaving?
The intention, Kenya, rainy season before or either after the rainy season.
When is that?
Before June. In June.
June of 2022?
Yeah, I'm leaving this year.
Oh, this year you're leaving. When you say leaving, Rosa, do you mean packing up your home, or you mean to visit and come back? What do you mean?
I mean, I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't think I'm coming back.
Oh, wow.
That's not my intention.
So your intention is to go to Africa and be there for the duration, however long that is.
Right.
So your next step is, okay, so your next step is Africa. Now, what happens after that? Well, hey, let's see when you get in Africa.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right. And that's the whole, and then what has been keeping me from Africa is my concept of illness. And what, if something happens, how would I survive? God's got me. I have to realize that. It doesn't matter. I can't, at this point of my life, I am 68. I don't think, I'm 100. I don't know if that's going to happen. So the idea is to get rid of it or figure what to do with stuff in my house really has, I got to keep it kind of attitude. I mean, pens.
Well, this stuff, Spirit will take care of all this.
Everything in this apartment is available to be sold. Period.
Okay.
Whatever you see, give me a price, and you can have it. Books, I don't give a dollar.
And where are you? You're in Washington, D.C. currently?
Yes, I'm in Washington.
Okay. So here's the deal. So what I hear you saying, Mama Rosa, as they affectionately call you on YouTube, the love tubers call you Mama Rosa. What I hear you saying is that you are saying yes to your soul, that your soul knew when you landed in Africa, this is it. Like, this is a yes, like the resonance is there. And you are saying yes. And you are saying yes this summer. And is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, that's it.
Wow. Have you made this commitment before?
Have I done what?
Have you made this commitment before?
Not really. I mean, not since 2000. I just knew. Well, actually, I'm going to tell you something. I really knew when I was 13. I happened to see, I saw Maya Angelou. She used to do a show on PBS of her travels and her trips. And at that moment, I remember saying, that's where I want to live.
Ding, 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 ding. So now let me ask you a question. What I'm hearing from you is that in 2000, you were in Africa. Here we are 22 years later, right on time. No concern about time, right? Right on time. And what I hear you saying is that you are making a commitment to say yes to your soul, to release what you currently have, and to go where your soul is taking you without knowing all the details.
Without knowing the details. And I'm all right with that because that's how I travel. When I travel with you, I ain't no crap.
Yeah, that's true. We that's how we do it. If you know everything, what's the point? There's no adventure or discovery. You already know everything. I love these people that go on their vacations with a whole big schedule. We're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. Okay, whatever. I don't go with people like that. Okay, continue, Rosa. Continue.
I'm not a planner. You know, I became a planner. Well, that's not true because I was a teacher. You had to make teacher plans. And then I became a businesswoman. I had to make plans on what I was going to do, the daily food. And, you know, all doing all that for the last 14, 15 years, I'm sick of it. I don't want to make no plans. I don't want to wake up and say, oh, well, I got to do this, and do it.
Well, now, Rosa, I have a question for you. What about, yeah, you're right. You're right. What about your beloved? Does he also want to go to Africa? Is
I
he?
ain't got no beloved. That's
Oh,
a whole other story. My
okay.
beloved is God.
Okay.
The rest of the people are just friends and associates that I spend my time with when I choose to.
Okay, very good.
Which
Gotcha.
right now, I ain't choosing to.
Okay, gotcha. That's good.
So it's all about me. And of course, my friend that you're actually talking about is going through his own crisis right now. However, he said, if you want to go, Rosa, we can go and I'll buy a house there. I'm like, boy, I don't know if I want to travel with you because you're kind of screwed up right now. And what you're doing, I don't do. So that's
Okay.
another story.
Well, the bottom line is that you're saying yes to your soul. That's the bottom line, is you're saying yes to your soul. And when you say yes to your soul, spirit puts all the right people around you, puts all the abundance there, puts everything, everything's already there. A place has already been prepared for you since beginning of time. So by you saying yes to it, you're not creating it, it's already been created. You're saying yes to aligning with it. Yes, you're saying yes to your soul. How do you feel?
Yeah. You know, I feel excited. And you know, I don't do anything that I'm not excited about. I stopped that a long time ago. That's why I'm doing
Yes,
right
yes,
now.
yes, I know. I'm talking about going to a, pause for a moment. Pause for a moment. I'm talking about going to a whole new place in consciousness that you just said before these beautiful witnesses, these beautiful souls who gather here every morning, right? That we gather to support each other. You just made a public declaration and commitment to your soul that I sensed was new. That yes, you had thought about it, and yes, you there's a certain way you do something. And I also sense that you did something new today.
I actually did commit and not say I want. I said I desire and it's going to happen.
And you said yes. You said you're going in June. You said yes, right?
Right.
So now you're going. So now pack your bags and all your friends can start coming and buying all your stuff out your apartment because I'm June, I'm out of here. Yes? Is that the yes? Because sometimes the word commitment, sometimes I don't do well with the word commitment because I have commitment phobia, just being completely honest. I hear the word commitment, something in me wants to run. Yes feels very good in my soul. Saying yes. So you're saying yes?
I'm not afraid of commitment.
Beautiful.
Because I do commit to certain things, and sometimes that commitment has to be released if it's hindering me,
Yeah.
whatever.
But this one is one that you've had in your spirit ever since you were a little girl.
Yes.
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 Yes. That's a yes.
I was afraid because I only have one child and two grandkids. And I'm like, if I ever go to Africa, what happens if they need me?
Well, they can get on a plane and come over.
Wait a minute. I already analyzed that. My daughter is self-sufficient far beyond I am. Financially, she does not need my help. Emotionally, she can call me anytime. So it doesn't matter where in the world I am. We can always... I've come to that realization that I am always available. I got 3 devices. You can call me on anything. You can see me anytime. You know what I'm saying? So that's out of the way. You know, they're older, they're better. I'm not worried about them.
And you know what it really sounds like too, as we're going to go to Alina, our card for the day, and our galactic signature for the day. It also sounds, Rosa, like you're out of your way. Because we're the only ones in our own way, right? I'm the only one in my way.
Yes.
Someone said to me this morning that I'm looking stunning this morning. And that was by design. That was on purpose. Do you know why? Because I made a decision to honor the goddess. I say, okay, Valerie, come on now. You need to do a little bit better here. You need to come like the goddess.
That was me, and yes, you look like a goddess. You are shining brightly. You look like you are about to take over Mexico and the rest of the old world. You look ready for whatever's next.
Baby, I'm ready. Baby, I'm so ready. I was like, let me start beating my face. I'm putting on lashes today. I'm going for photo shoots today. I'm doing it all. I'm doing it all. I'm like, okay, I'm not coming to what I know I can. Okay, it's one thing to show up nice, show up good. I'm not doing all I know I can. So I'm about to do that and honor the goddess and be the goddess, right? And then that's where you find yourself doing a little something extra and doing a little something extra and doing a little something. And when you look at it, right? Sir Charles said, beautiful, gracias. Sir Charles, I'm down here in Mexico. And when you do that, wow, something lights up. It's a decision. It's a decision to be a goddess instead of wearing sweatpants and running to Walmart. Because goddesses don't wear sweatpants and run to Walmart. I don't know of any, if you look at some of these goddesses, like they're in these beautiful places, but I don't see them just running into Walmart. I don't know. Maybe they do. I'm telling you what it feels like, that the resonance of it. Nothing wrong with Walmart. Go to Walmart if you want to. I'm using it as an example of a resonance that energetically does not match a goddess. That's what I'm using it as an example of. If you love it, keep loving it, right? I ain't against nothing. Alina, how you loving? Thank you for sharing too, Rosa. Thank you. Alina, you're up next.
Peace.
Good morning.
Peace to the room. I'm so excited. This just knocked me off my feet this morning. Reading this really did. It knocked the wind out of me. I was like, whoa. I was thinking there was basically about judgment for myself and others that I thought was gone. Sometimes there's a little bit of stuff there. And this what this is, I do not perceive my own best interest. So that really got me, because sometimes we have children and we think they're grown and they're making moves. Like, I raised my children to work for themselves, and then now that they totally don't want to work for nobody else, I'm always trying to, well, why don't you do this or why don't you do that? I'm like pulling them in different directions. And I'm like, well, I didn't raise them that way. So, and then I didn't raise them to be fearful. But then there's like a judgment say, one day I was getting ready to say this, but I didn't say it because Spirit stopped me just today. Life don't work like that. And I said, whoa, wait a minute. How do I know how mine works for somebody else? How do I really know that? And how do I really know right now for me? You know, because Spirit took me off of one job, and then I went and got another one. I'm sitting there thinking, do I really know my own best interest? Because sometimes the best interest is in the part that you're afraid of. Sometimes the best interest is in the adventure of everything. Because I was thinking thinking when I was raising my children, I had 3 of them. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I was determined to stay working for myself because I homeschooled them and I did so many different things with them. Took them on trips and stuff like that. I was thinking, wow. So how if really need to open up so I can learn what my own best interest is. I don't even have I should not ever utter my lips to say, hey, life don't work like that. I hear so many people, we say that, life don't work like that. You got to do this. How do I know what you got to do? Because I don't even know what I got to do. So that just made me really more. So my daughter was calling me, telling me some stuff. I just bit my tongue. And I'm just smiling because she seems to be so happy. She's doing her thing. She seems to be so happy. And I just can't believe that I was going to try to get her to do something else that was against her soul. That wasn't in her. I went to her house, she just smiling. She was just glowing. And then all I could think about was what if she would do this or what if she would do that and what if she would have this thing right here. But she just so at peace. So it just brought tears to my eyes that I would even think about what I think I know was best for someone or what I think life should be like for someone else. I don't think that. So in my soul, I just want to be free again. I used to just go where I wanted to go, go see my friends and go over here. That's how I lived my life for a long time. And I think that's my best interest. That's what I want to do again. Not be tied to I'm killing the game here, what I'm doing. I'm loving it. Ever since that the love is the answer, I don't do nothing I don't like, Valerie. Ever since I watched that, love is the answer for me.
Let me
I love
tell
what
you.
I'm doing right now. I love who I'm doing it with. I love how I'm doing it. And I love how I feel when I'm doing what I'm doing. But I do think there's higher for me. There's freedom for me. That's what my soul is saying, freedom. And I remember one time I was doing, it's about your best interest. I was doing mortgages and people used to say, when I did mortgages, I did it for a long time, about 2 decades for myself. I was working for myself and they just said, oh, you have a high closing ratio. But I never could tell nobody what they couldn't do. So they used to say I'm doing miracle loans. I was just believing in these outlandish things people would tell me. Because one time I started not to believe it. And then Spirit said to me, who are you to tell somebody about their dreams? And then I opened up, I was in the elevator, I went back up to the elevator and I got off and I told the lady, I said, listen, I'm gonna do the loan. Then I got it back in the elevator. I said, how am I gonna do that loan when I don't even see anything available? And I was able to do it for her. And it seemed to be the most outlandish request, but it was in her spirit. And so my daughter just seems she's so beautiful. She's just so at peace. And she be calling me, laughing all the time. How could I ever do something like that? So because I don't really believe it for myself. That's probably why I would tell somebody life don't work like that, because I really don't know how it worked for me, to be honest. What she say, I'd be asking my mother if she a prophetess, because she's always saying that to me. Yeah. So I do know this, that I know what I need to do after this lesson. I need to walk into my freedom. That's what my soul is saying. Just be free. Free. That's it. That's what I got out of that.
It was very emotional as well, huh, Alina?
Yeah, it was. I felt that, And then every time I talk to them, I have one daughter and 2 sons. They all doing their own thing. And then sometimes I think, but they're happy. They're not tied to any one thing, and They seem to be happy, even if there's a struggle here and there. They don't seem to be tripping off of that. They be like, they seem to be happy. You know, I talked to my son, and he was doing Airbnb, and he's doing this, and he's doing that, and he's just happy. And my daughter, she's on TikTok selling her clothes and talking to people about her clothes, and then now she's talking to people about. She's concerned about people's self-esteem, and then I told her, well, I'll help you write the course for that. She said, really, you mom? Like a little kid, she was just so happy. My grandson is happy. What is wrong? I was like, well, why am I trying to tell these kids life don't work like this? Why am I trying to do that? So, yeah. I do not perceive my own best interest. The part that got me, it says, it is inevitable that you would not serve your own best interest, yet they are your only goal in any situation. Otherwise, you would not recognize what they are. So, in the presence of your conviction that you do know what they are, you cannot learn. The idea for today is to step toward opening your mind so that learning can begin. I just felt that right there. It just touched my soul to the depths of my soul. I remember when my daughter was so little, you know, she seemed like she always knew what she wanted. She was always knew what she wanted. You know, she didn't, I homeschooled them a lot because she said she didn't know what she wanted. And then when she's 8 years older than the other son, I tried to put him in school right away. She said, Mom, he's a genius. Take him out. She was just like only 8 years older than him, and I did, and he just started soaring. It's like, it seemed like they just knew what they wanted. You know, they didn't eat meat for a long time. My son didn't. I didn't force him. He just did his own little thing. And then the other little one, you know, they just seemed like they had their own little ways. And those little kids are seers. The little prophetesses and stuff they were. They were little seers. They would prevent me from danger. Like one time my son said, we must go now. And I said, okay. No, Mom, today is the day we don't need to do no cleaning. We must leave now. And I left, and they shot up the whole neighborhood. And they asked me when I got back, why was I not there? They were asking me, like, how do you know? Like, why every time something happens, you're not here? The police questioned me. I never forget. So I was gone. I took them to yogurt. I took them to pizza. And I was so tired. My son says, oh, no, we can't go back home. So I said, okay, let's go here. Then when I went to this is how long ago it was, I put a floppy disk, a big old disk inside of a computer in Berkeley, and it shut the whole story down. So I had to wait for them to get my thing. It was weird stuff happening. So by the time we caught the train and got back home, the streets were blocked off. They asked to see my ID. And I gave my ID. They said they shot up this neighborhood. I said, what time? It was very early in the morning. They said, where were you? I said, we were gone. My son insisted that we leave the house, and we spend the day out together as a family. He was the middle child. And so we missed the whole thing. And my kids used to go outside, so my kids would have been outside playing. So my kids were not the victim in that situation. And I can think of so many different things when they knew what was right for them. You know, just knew, like, one day I sent him outside to play, and my son said, make Idris go back in the house, Mom. And he said, now. I said, okay. As soon as I picked him up and brought him in, the man went through the fence where my son was playing, went through the fence into where we were living. He lost control of the car. So those little people, they're not little people now, they're 38, 30, and 29. You know, I have the nerve to tell them life don't work like that. So I'm apologize to all of them. Because they need to just be what they're doing. They're happy. They're traveling. They're doing what they want to do. They're not tied to a job. And sometimes they run out of stuff. And I think they don't run out of their needs, but they're feeding their children, which is my grandchildren. Nobody's lacking anything. So who am I to tell them what life is supposed to be like? My daughter get up when she want to get up. And I said, oh, that life don't work like that. You got to do this way. How am I going to tell you how your life works? Who am I to do that? Because I'm going to perceive my own best interest. That's why. That's why I would do that. So I want to be free. I really said that out loud today. I just want to be free, completely free to be, free to drive, free to fly, free to go, free to do. You know, even if I don't know what the outcome is going to be, I should know I've been taken care of all this time. Why am I going to stop being taken care of now? All of a sudden, Spirit just going to stop taking care of me because I'm doing what Spirit said. That doesn't make sense. All right, I'm going to rest the mic. Thank you so much for allowing me on stage. I appreciate you.
Alina, I just want to say thank you for sharing. That's all I want to say. Just thank you for sharing.
Wow, Alina. Alina, I could see inside you through your share, like you shared that clearly and openly, that I could see inside you that you literally were saying, I had this way of looking at it. And I read 3 sentences out of the course, and it touched me to the core of my soul that now it's not only changing how I am with my kids, it has me apologizing to my kids for how I was. That's what it'll do. Ooh. You're working it. You're working it. It works if you work it, family. Everyone, grab all your people. Come here every morning at 7 a.m. If 7 a.m. is too early for you, play the recording. If the recording don't work for you, come at 8 a.m. You're going to hear something for you. If 8 a.m. don't work for you, play it at noon. Do it every day. Watch where your life goes. Harmony, how you loving?
Yes, I'm loving when you were talking about goddess vibes. Do you know what that reminded me of? I know you know.
My daughter, Goddess Elevate.
Your daughter is very goddess-like. However, it reminded me when we were in Dubai and those women were walking. It seemed as if they were floating. It didn't even seem like their feet were touching. It didn't seem like their feet were just touching the ground. It just seemed like they were floating. It seemed like they were elevated. And the smell of them, like, I didn't even know what a goddess smelled like until I was in Dubai. And it just got me excited to go back there. And I think since we went at the beginning of 2020, and I think I've elevated my goddess life a little bit since we went in 2020. But when you were speaking, I was just like, when you were talking about the goddess was defined in Dubai. Goddess was like, I didn't even know what a goddess was until we were in Dubai. I was like, wow, these women have got it all the way together. And no, they probably would be like Paris Hilton, like, what's a Walmart type of feeling, because they are not putting on no sweatpants and hopping over to Walmart to pick up no groceries, no eggs, none of that. So that's what that reminded me of when you were talking about the goddess. And Alina, I so resonated with your share because, growing up, I was doing everything that I thought my parents would be proud of. They always let me, lead my own way. However, they had their influence on it. And I tried to always make them proud, going to school and getting the degrees and getting that good old government job and getting married and building a beautiful house and doing I checked all the boxes. And then one day, I just threw every box away, all in one swoop. And I can tell that people are waiting for me to go back to my box life and they're waiting for me. And they're just kind of shaking their head. And I can feel a slight sense of disappointment, but I know, like, if I go back to living that quote unquote perfect life that made me feel miserable on a daily basis, who is it really serving? So I was so afraid to live for me. Now I live to live for me. So I resonated with your share. And if more parents could let their children just be, the life would be beautiful for all involved. So thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Harmony, Queen Hadassah, what about the perfumery where they make the perfume? Pardon me. And these women would be walking around with these, literally, they walked around smelling like a literal flower or a literal patchouli or a literal
heaven,
whatever.
Heaven. It smelled like heaven. Like, if you put one word on it, they smelled like heaven. And I'm just like, what is that smell? How is that even possible? I wanted that in a bottle. Like, they smelled like heaven. That's all I could say.
And I am telling you.
The entire Dubai smells beautiful. And I have high sensitivity to it's one of my spiritual gifts, and the entire place smells beautiful. I mean, we met the perfume, our potion master, and this guy has wanted to work with us to create a signature fragrance. So maybe Queen Roxy and I will be getting together to create a signature fragrance for our queendom. We have to smell gorgeous and fabulous at all times. Dubai, I mean, if you've never been there, the whole place smells good. Every place smells good in Dubai. Lovely.
Queen Hadassah. Oh, go.
Like, that was one of the cleanest places I've ever been to. Like, we would wake up in the morning and there would be people sleeping and washing the street. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, people every morning would be washing the garbage, and this was before the C word. They would be washing the garbage cans, washing the street, sweeping the beach. And it was like every morning at sunrise, this was occurring. And I'm like, how could any place be so absolutely perfect? Like, that was complete. If you didn't see an unhappy person, I didn't see any unhappy people. Like, you couldn't possibly be anything but happy. You couldn't possibly be experiencing anything but bliss in Dubai. Like, it was just on a whole nother level.
I know it's very, very synchronistic that you're bringing up Dubai, because today is the last day to participate in the 5 pay it's incredible. The payment plan changes after 20th. We'll be in Dubai April 24th to April. We are going to Burj Khalifa. Let's show you a picture of Burj Khalifa. This was at my wealthy treat. Look at Harmony in Dubai. Now, y'all tell me, I'm showing it on YouTube and Facebook, Harmony. You with that slam dunk pic. I think I took that pic. I think with you by the camel. That is the goddess photo. It's a bam. It's a bam. Your camel, Queen of Sheba kind of thing. I mean, gold souk. We're going to Abu Dhabi, to the Great Mosque in Abu Dhabi, which OMG, the whole agenda is here for you. And all the travel info is here for you. And you can even, we're going to the desert. And then you can see a lot of the pictures from our retreats all over the globe, all over the globe, all over the globe, and all the stuff we do, all the beautiful things we do, all the beautiful people we meet, all the beautiful people who come, all of it, all of it, all of it. Magnificent. And then you can even buy with Bitcoin. Wow. You can even buy with Bitcoin. And you have a payment plan. You have a payment plan available to you. Dubai, be there. That's all I can say about Dubai. Be there. Be there. That's all I can say about Dubai. Card for the day, the Chariot. The Chariot. The Chariot. This is a major arcana card. Now, what I've done in my own tarot journal, this journal, beautiful journal, was gifted to me by my lovely family member. Of course, every day I'm journaling my notes for the card for the day, every day, every day. And in the back, this is what I did in case you all would want to do something like this. I wrote out all the cards. Here's all the major arcana cards. Then I went and wrote out all of the minor arcana cards. Let me get this straight. And then I went here, Mystery School will be talking about this. All the minor arcana cards are written out. And then what I'm doing is I am doing a tick mark each time there's a card. So I can have a visual representation of where our cards are, our daily card for the day. So you can see there's a tick mark. And I'm starting to see patterns. If you do this, you will start to see patterns. Okay? Do that. Going to Queen Hadassah now for Galactic Signature of the Day.
Okay, hold on 1 second. So today this is the 24th, and we are in the white family, white electric world bridger. I activate in order to equalize. Bonding opportunity. I seal the store of death with the electric tone of service. I am guided by the power of the heart. I am a galactic activation portal entry. White electric world bridger. I activate in order to equalize. Bonding opportunity. I seal the store of death with the electric tone of service. I am guided by the power of the heart. I am a galactic activation portal. Enter me. I activate in order to equalize. Bonding opportunity. I seal the store of death with the electric tone of service. I am guided by the power of the heart. I am a galactic activation portal. Enter me. White electric world bridger.
That is beautiful. And there's our Galactic Signature of the Day, family. If you don't know what the Galactic Signature is, go to lawoftime.org, find out more. And you can also find out a detailed walkthrough in my book, Decode Yourself, so that you can get your galactic signature. May, that's May's galactic signature. May, white electric world bridger. World bridger in the house. We love world bridger. We love May. That means you're in my family. You're in the white family. Me and Queen Hadassah, you're in the white family. The white family is the Truth Clan. So we are in the same clan. We are the Truth Clan. Woo-hoo! So shout out to you, May, that today is your galactic signature. How beautiful is that? All right, everyone on stage, send some love. Can you unmute, send some love? And to everybody on the Love Tubers, everyone on Facebook, love, love, love.